In this video, we're going to learn about the cyclic AMP signaling pathway and why it is important. First, let's talk about cyclic AMP. Cyclic AMP is derived from ATP. ATP has 3 phosphate groups that are linked together in a chain and attached to the 5' carbon of the ribose sugar. Cyclic AMP has 1 phosphate group that is attached to both the 5' and 3' carbons, which forms a cyclic structure. It's also important to be familiar with G-protein coupled receptors. G-protein coupled receptors, or GPCRs, consist of a transmembrane receptor that passes through the membrane 7 times and an associated G-protein. The G-protein is made up of alpha, beta, and gamma subunits. G-proteins can have excitatory or inhibitory effects. The first step in the signaling pathway is when the signaling molecule, for example, norepinephrine, binds to the G-protein coupled receptor, for example, the beta-adrenergic receptor. In this case, norepinephrine is the first messenger because it initiates the pathway. The binding of the first messenger causes a conformational change in the receptor. This causes the alpha subunit to exchange GDP, which is already bound to it, for GTP. Next, the alpha subunit of the G protein dissociates and activates adenylyl cyclase, which is a membrane-bound protein. While the alpha subunit activates adenylyl cyclase in this particular example, note that the effect of the alpha subunit on adenylyl cyclase depends on whether the G protein receptor is excitatory or inhibitory. In some cases, the alpha subunit may inhibit adenylyl cyclase, and this will turn off the pathway. Then, adenylyl cyclase converts ATP to cyclic AMP. In this pathway, cyclic AMP is the second messenger. One activated adenylyl cyclase will remain active and make cyclic AMP until the alpha subunit loses its GTP. Next, cyclic AMP activates protein kinase A, or pKa. Since pKa is a kinase, that means that it adds a phosphate group to molecules, usually proteins. pKa targets ion channels and other proteins, which causes cellular changes. So why is this pathway important? A few effects of this pathway are increased heart rate and contractility, smooth muscle relaxation, for example, bronchodilation, glycogenolysis, which is the breakdown of stored glycogen into glucose, and lipolysis, which is the breakdown of stored triglycerides into fatty acids that are then released into the bloodstream. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you found this video helpful.